Okay. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Full transparency, this video was supposed to come out last week. Unfortunately, I woke up on New Year's Day with a really bad fever and an even worse headache. And it turned out that I got COVID. At least I think I did. New restrictions in Ontario have changed, so I can't actually get a PCR test to confirm it, and rapid tests are crazy hard to find right now, and if you can find them, they're expensive as shit. But I had enough symptoms, and I figured it was a good idea to stay at home and isolate until said symptoms went away. So needless to say, my start to 2022 has not been fantastic or productive, but I'm symptom-free, I'm feeling great again, and I'm back at work this week. So 2022 is officially on, and it's time to get started. Honestly, it's for the best. I had an unscripted version of this video recorded, and it was conservatively garbage. Just absolute shit. So, in the past, I've not been the biggest fan of New Year's resolutions. I've very much been part of the crowd that's just, make that change now, get it done, don't wait for some arbitrary date. And to a certain extent, I agree with that, but there is merit to New Year's resolutions. They can't be denied. People do find a lot of success from it. So I've decided this year that I'm going to make a bunch of resolutions. We're going to see how many I stick to and see what December 2022 looks like with all that in mind. So with that, we're going to get started with my first resolution, which I'm actually working on at this very moment, and that's going to be content creation. Partway through last year, I started streaming on Twitch and making some YouTube videos. I streamed a couple nights a week and made a few trailer reactions, and I hit a wall. Now, in my own defense, I did have a bit of a hardware issue. When I stopped, my computer kept crashing every time I streamed, and I wasn't able to make YouTube videos that were the level of quality that I was proud of, but that's only a small portion of why I stopped. The majority of it was that I didn't realize how much work it was going to be. I became disheartened after streaming to nobody. I put up a trailer reaction and it gets maybe 15 views at best, and it sucked. It was not what I thought it would be. That being said, it didn't turn me off this path. I still want this. The thing I love to do most is play games and talk about movies or comics or TV shows, any of it. So, with a fancy new PC, that's the box for it right there actually, and the realization that this is going to take much more work than I thought, I'm ready to start again, and I want to do it right. All good resolutions come with a plan, and here's mine for content. Treat it like a job. It's pretty simple, but I have to put the work in, right? It can't be something I put off if I don't feel like doing it. This is now my second job, and I have to get it done. That's it. More specifically, I want to stream 3 to 4 nights a week, give or take, and put out a YouTube video once a week. It feels like a good place to start. I've got some ideas for different types of videos. We'll see what sticks, what doesn't, and we'll kind of go from there. That is work covered. Consistently make content and stick to it. Next up, and almost more importantly, I want this year to be the one where I get healthy. And I'm not just talking about the number on the scale or how big my muscles are. There are obviously changes that I'm going to make that do affect stuff like that, but that's not why I'm doing this. Over the past couple of years, I've started to feel increasingly unhealthy. I'm sluggish in a way I've never been. I'm constantly tired. I'm insecure about myself. My mental health is kind of garbage right now. Anxiety, depression, all of it. And based on my previous experience, I know that my physical health is a big part of what affects my mental health. My diet and exercise levels definitely affect my mood. When I'm eating healthy and exercising consistently, I'm not as anxious. My depression gets better. My work ethic improves, which, given resolution number 1, gonna be helpful. On top of that, I'm getting married this year. I don't want these problems to continue to have such a strong effect on me as I move into this next phase of my life, right? And if being a physically healthier person makes all the mental health stuff better, then I'm in. I'm willing to do what it takes, right? So the plan for this is also quite simple. I need to exercise, I need to eat better. Definitely easier said than done, but I started all this late last year in 2021, so I'm pretty confident I can get back into it. In terms of exercise, it's pretty easy. I really enjoy working out. For some reason, lifting weights is very therapeutic and can be kind of meditative. So I like the way I feel after, all those endorphins or dopamine or whatever. My brother's the smart one, not me, so he can tell you what it actually is. With this in mind, I want to work out as many as 6 days a week. That'll be the top. But the minimum target I'm setting for myself is 3 days. No pressure to work out 4, 5, 6 times a week, but I do need to set a bar of 3 sessions per week. I also want to walk anywhere from 8 to 10,000 steps per day. This number obviously ranges from person to person. For me, I feel that is a really good range. It's great for my cardiovascular health, and working in retail, I really only have to actively focus on that goal on my days off. Nutrition is definitely harder. I struggle to feel satisfied with food. So calorie deficits are hard for me. Even when I eat at maintenance levels, I can still kind of pile on more. Add to the fact that I snack when I'm bored, and suddenly the weight gain and the sluggishness make a lot more sense. Regardless, I am setting a calorie target for myself. That number's 2,000 calories. I'm starting in a calorie deficit because ultimately I'm insecure about the way I look, and I'd like to enjoy my wedding photos this summer. So as long as I eat within 100 calories of that 2,000 mark, 6 days a week, I will be happy. That 7th day, whatever happens, happens. We'll get back on track the next day, you know? There's more specific goals in there, like making sure to eat a salad every day, eating fruit every day, and hitting a specific amount of protein. I figure I should probably also stop ordering food so much. My bank account, at the very least, would be very pleased. But ultimately, as long as I am consistent with my calories, I should be able to achieve my weight loss goal in time for my wedding and get to the end of 2022 feeling physically and hopefully mentally improved. The last health-based goal of mine for 2022 is actually already underway. I want to quit vaping, and I've already stopped. So I took advantage of the time that I've spent isolating away from work to get the initial withdrawal out of the way. By the time this video posts, I'll actually be about 4 or 5 days without vaping. Honestly, I don't have a plan for this one. Basically, I'm just not gonna vape for as long as possible and hopefully don't start up again. I think the biggest hurdle I'm gonna face when it comes to achieving all these goals is finding balance between forgiving myself and allowing myself to slip and make mistakes. I can't be too hard on myself and get discouraged, but I also can't let myself stop entirely because I'm too easygoing about it. There's definitely going to need to be more accountability. Speaking of which, I'm going to post more of these personal videos. It's not just going to be stuff about nerd shit. I'm thinking one a month, see where I'm at with these goals, what's working, what successes I've had, and also noting what changes I need to make for things I wasn't successful with. Having more follow-up in the form of content, I think, is definitely going to help. It's going to light a bit of a fire under my ass to stay consistent. So I'm happy about that, and it gets more content out, which is also good considering resolution number 1. All right, that's it. I've got some more resolutions made for this year, but in terms of the ones I wanted to go in depth with, that'll be it. Let me know what you think in the comments below. While you're there, make sure to like this video and subscribe to get those follow-ups that are coming up. Lastly, check out my Twitch channel if you want to hang out, shoot the shit while I play games. All links are in the description below. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.